Dolphins will match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Bradley Pinion has it teed up, and here we go with two of the most exciting offenses around as the Bucs visit Baltimore. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Levante David in on the tackle.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Here's Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now Jackson on first down. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Not much there, only a yard.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Ball carrier.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over.
Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. this is Leonard Fournette. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. In his own end zone, it's Brady. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
10 yards to go.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. To throw from his end zone, Brady. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got on the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And taken right at the 35. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Ravens will take over.
At their own 49-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, 30 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, it's Jones. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw with Brady. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a gain of
excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Pass by Brady there, caught by Howard. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
Now Jones, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Ties the game at 7. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Flush to his right. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, Jackson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
At the 29-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it.
Intercepted by the Buccaneers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This is taken just shy of the 10. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Again, it's Jones. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Shotgun now for Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
That was just a good example of taking what the defense gave him. No one opened downfield, knew where his safety valve was, swung it out to him. He gets upfield and picks up the first down. Well done all the way around.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now carry there for Fournette as he's able to work his way for a gain of about 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
They'll run it again with Fournette, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
It's Brady. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tom Brady with a touchdown pass to Chris Godwin. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 48 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use...
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Back now in Baltimore. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Now Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And out across midfield down to the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
On first down, it's Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
So 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing on second down, Brady. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again to Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Brady. That is caught inside the 5. And the Buccaneers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now the Bucs going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Here's Fournette, and that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime? Have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time. But they got to feel good now. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead is now 21-14. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time
gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
And they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Back to throw. Rolling to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
Buccaneers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
Brady will take a knee here, and that should just about do it.